I see people struggle with riding their horse for many reasons, and one big reason or one big cause I see is the lack of impulsion or too much impulsion. And impulsion is something that's very hard to explain to somebody. And then you see people too much contact in the mouth, signaling with their hands. Too much contact, not enough contact, or inconsistent contact. So that horse's mouth is a very sensitive place. So if you signal differently every time you want to do something and you don't balance contact with impulsion, is where you get into this whole misunderstanding between rider and horse, where you got people say, well, he's too much horse for me, he comes out from under me. Well, really what's happening is you're providing too much impulsion and not enough contact, or he doesn't want to go, I'm providing too much contact and not enough impulsion. So you got two things going on there. You've got contact and you've got impulsion. So impulsion is going this way, contact is coming this way. And that horse is to bend and to be supple in between all that. Well, if you're pushing too hard from this direction and not enough from the contact side, he goes too fast. So we have to take both of those forces and balance them. So I hate to use the word pull, but I got to pull and push kind of at the same intensity, and maybe is the proper word. So as I'm riding my horse, he's to flex in his back and his neck like this. If he's stiff and I push too much here and not enough air and not enough contact, he's going to go too fast. So what we do to understand that better is we're going to ride our horse and signal him to walk off. So go ahead, Diana, just walk your horse off. And I want you to watch her hands. So just take a little circle here so they can see better. That her seat and her legs, and see how she's turning her toes out. It's like squeezing toothpaste out of a tube. She's pushing. But she also has her hands where she's providing a do not exceed point for that horse's nose, and that horse is flexing its neck, and so she's kind of riding the horse into the bit just a little bit, but the horse is riding into the bit softly. It's not pushing against the bit or being resistive to the bit. So this is a very soft, supple process. Now turn and go the other direction. So see how she's going to guide that nose and guide that horse with her leg. Now let off your impulsion. Put your heels down and let off impulsion and watch what's going to happen. The horse is going to stop. Go ahead and stop. See? So when she brought her feet forward and she just relaxed, she reduced the amount of impulsion and the horse stopped. So that's how you develop that signal that when I provide impulsion, she's to move forward, and when I eliminate impulsion, she's to slow down. So then that's the early stages of learning how to do a transition. When I walk, trot, canter, I'm regulating that impulsion in different intensities to ask for different speeds. So I'm going to get my wife, Kathy, to come over here, and I'll show you an exercise that you can do that will help you understand this better. Now this is an exercise I think would be very helpful for a lot of people to really simplify what I'm trying to explain, and it's about impulsion. So this is my wife, Kathy, and I'm going to get her to pretend that she's a horse and I'm a rider, okay? And so I'm going to ask her to move forward. I'm going to put my hands on her shoulder, and I'm not going to ask for anything. And then when I want to move forward, I take my hands. Now, do you feel that? She feels me just And then when I relax that, she stops. So I'm taking my hands and I'm kind of pushing like this, okay? So when I go like this, that's forward impulsion. When I relax my hands, that's stop. Now, if I walk back, I take my fingers and just do the signaling of my muscles. So I'm kind of going like this and like this. So I'm providing pressure forward and backwards to say forward, backwards. And then if I want to trot, a little more and a little less. Then I want to back up, I provide rearward impulsion, stop. If I want to go left, I take my right hand and give a little more impulsion. Take my left hand, give a little more impulsion. Okay? And that's how we're going to guide our horse. So if I go like this and ask for forward impulsion, but then I take her ponytail and I pull back like this, look what happens. Okay? So what I have to do is I have to take her ponytail like this and my hand like this and say, move forward please. And I ask and I give the same balanced signal. So if I only ask here and I give no resistance with my hands, that's an uncontrolled forwardness. So I have to be able to control that horse with my hands and signal that horse and push with that impulsion at the same pressure, okay? And so just, you got to get a friend to help you with this. And this is kind of like when we do the chair exercise in our riding etiquette videos we did here with Cerise here a while ago. It's the same type concept, but just take your hands and get your friend, your helper, to provide. See, when I want her to slow down, I relax. Back up, like that. And just feel how that feels when someone does that to you. That's how that horse feels up under you, okay? So if I get up on my horse and I say, with an electric seat, and I push forward hard, see how she does? She doesn't like that. Horse doesn't like it either. So, you know, Cerise calls it an electric seat. When people get up on a horse, they get nervous, they get a little apprehensive, and they go, and they squeeze, and they provide maybe 3 or 4 times the impulsion they need. So when you get up on your horse, relax, and then subtly ask forward. And then you take this exercise and you expand it into your transitions. So as you're doing transitions, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just like that. And then within no time, that horse will do that if you just think about it. So with that in mind, that's how I recommend you prepare your horse to do transitions and learn to balance your impulsion.